welcome to the 6th Annual Canada Day Drumming event.
I want to thank Legacy 150 Celebrations Society for organizing this virtual drumming event and for bringing us all together.
Happy Canada Day to all our friends from coast to coast.
May every beat of the drums spread peace and love, and may we continue to work to foster harmony and understanding here at home and around the world.
I want to thank the Legacy 150 for hosting this incredible event that celebrates our country and its diversity.
For 6 years now, this event has brought Canadians together to celebrate our cultural expressions through music and through community.
By drumming together, we form a connection that spans from coast to coast to coast and beyond. As we move forward, there is much to celebrate and so much to look forward to.
I'm so proud of events like this one that bring together the multitude of cultures that call Halifax home.
3, 2, 1. Happy Canada Day! Happy Canada Day! Thank you.
Happy Canada Day!
Happy Canada Day! Hey! All right, all set? Cameras, ready? All right. On a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, march in. Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you may be. Thank you for joining this briefing on 2023 Canada Day Drumming held in Vancouver, British Columbia. My name is Alfred Wu. I will be your Master of Ceremonies today, located here in British Columbia. In Vancouver, may I acknowledge at this time that we are located on the lands unceded, originally settled by the Indigenous peoples, particularly the Musqueam, the Squamish, and the Tsleil-Waututh peoples, with whom we all now work, live, and play as stewards on lands and environments of which we are all entrusted for future generations. At this time, what I would do is introduce the chairman of the National Committee, and he will then also conduct his introduction of a very distinguished guest. May I ask that Richard Wong, as host of the National Chair of Canada Day Drumming, please take the podium.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the press conference
No, it's not on. Use this one.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Canada Day Drumming National Press Conference. We are so excited and delighted to have friends and the regional and city chairs and representatives from across Canada to attend this press conference. May I just simply introduce, on my left, former Lieutenant Governor of Manitoba, Honorable Philip Lee. Next to him, Mr. Eric Young from Halifax. Next to him, Mr. Xiong Lau from Winnipeg. Next to him, Mr. Jimmy Chan from Montreal. And Mr. Guo from Winnipeg as well. And on my right, our Vice Chair, Maggie Yip. And also, next to her is our production team leader, Kevin Lee. Next to him is Heidi Zhang from Kelowna, BC. And of course, we have friends and relatives, you know, Madam Lee, Anita Lee, and our National Committee members, Sandra Sung, Paul Chiu, and Eddie Zhang, and guests. Well, we are very honored. So, ladies and gentlemen, later they will tell us and give us an update, the excitement, what they have done last year, and what they are planning to do this year, so that we will make Canada Day Drumming 2023 will be more successful than ever. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Testing. Thank you, Chairman Richard. At this time, I also welcome any attendances on our Zoom, especially Bradley Zhao from Quebec, Grace Wong Snedden from Victoria, and Joe Long from Kamloops. I believe they're joining us via video on Zoom. As we start to introduce the program, may I just take this opportunity to remind you what Canada Day Drumming is all about. A bit of history, if I may, at this time. It started all in 2017, the sesquicentennial of Canada, Canada's 150th birthday. At that time, the community thought that we should celebrate Canada's 150th in style. And what could be more engaging, what could be more participatory and inclusive than for drumming across Canada? So at that time, Canada Day Drumming was founded to invite all Canadians across Canada to join us in drumming. Why? Because drumming is such a simple and a cost-effective celebratory activity on any national holiday. How do we do this? Well, it's all participatory. We invite everyone to join. It's mass participation. It's simultaneous. It's joyous. It's celebratory. And most importantly, it's fun. So people in selected venues across Canada from the major regional centers will drum with those online joining us by Zoom at 11 o'clock local time. We drum for 6 minutes simultaneously to celebrate Canada's birthday, followed by a celebratory venue, drumming wherever you are, a flourish at 11:20 for world peace and harmony. So 2 messages. One is to celebrate Canada's birthday and also to celebrate world peace and harmony. Thank you. Indeed, our mission, Canada Day Drumming, is a community simultaneous drumming event uniting the peoples of Canada and the world to promote inclusion, peace, and love for a better world. So that's the message we want to convey. And we've been doing that for the last 6 years. This will be our 7th year. During those 6 years, we've accomplished a lot. In fact, you'll see in the front, we have 2 Guinness World Records to our name. One was primarily done in 2018 for the most nationalities in a drum circle. We had 61 different nationalities. Now, that's not easily done, because one Canadian and one nationality, you know. Yeah. One American is one nationality. Getting 61 different nationalities at that time was set a Guinness World Record. And also on 2021, we also have a Guinness World Record because we were online at that time, thanks to COVID. We had the record set with Guinness for the most people performing a drum roll online simultaneously. We had 581 participants. So there again is our record on display. Thank you. Each year, we're honored by the province of British Columbia, and they have in fact proclaimed Canada Day as Canada Day Drumming in British Columbia. That's a great honor from the province of British Columbia. Thank you. At this time, without going into much detail, we have so many guests here that I'd like to have them tell us what they will be doing in their particular regions. And let's start from, let's have Philip Lee, the Lieutenant Governor, former of Manitoba, convey his best wishes to us.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Bonjour, mesdames et messieurs, chers amis. Mr. Chairman Richard Wong, the executive members of the drumming committees from coast to coast. It's my distinct pleasure and honor to be able to come to this press conference to promote the Canada Day drumming from coast to coast by Chinese Canadians and the community at large across Canada. And indeed, this is a very significant year as well, because it also coincides with the 100 years anniversary of the Exclusion Act that discriminated the Chinese that first came to Canada to help building railroads for Canada, as well as providing a lot of labor to establish the economy of Canada from coast to coast. And there is a significant memory and a sad history in Canada that the Chinese were excluded from the communities in Canada. And generations later, we worked together very hard, and with good friends and politicians that supported our cause, that we are able to remove this discrimination. And one of our major objectives is to bring back to the government of Canada that we need some form of redress that will memorize our insult by the governments of Canada. And I believe in 1986, when the Stephen Harper government publicly apologized the discrimination in the House of Commons. But they have set aside $23 million for the redress issue, but never took place. So this year we work together again from coast to coast to try to bring back that memory, and hopefully to bring some money across Canada to establish some monuments to remember this Discrimination Act. So we need to work together. When the Chinese Canadians work together, we are strong. If we are separated, then the government would take advantage of that and forget us. So again, I want to acknowledge the participation of all the volunteers and the leadership from this table, as well as the workers from coast to coast, to work together to celebrate Canada Day together and to impress the Canadian that we Chinese is a very significant part of our community across Canada. Thank you, merci beaucoup, 谢谢.
Thank you very much, Honorable Philip Lee, former Lieutenant Governor of Manitoba. This is working. Thank you again. May I now call upon representatives across Canada who are here to speak. Yes. to speak on their activities anticipated for July the 1st in their particular region. And let's start from east to west. Let's start with Halifax, Nova Scotia. We have, thank you very much, Eric Young, for being with us today.
Hello, everyone. So thank you for inviting me to come over to Vancouver. And thank you, our chairman, Richard Wong. So we passed that 2 years, almost 3 years, we never sit together and meet together. And this time is a really good opportunity to get together because of the COVID. And when we have a meeting, always a Zoom meeting. We never meet each other for a long time. Just like a new meet is just like a Jimmy from Montreal, or somebody from Winnipeg or from Victoria. So really nice to meet everyone here. And Halifax is seems the year first we already get together to do the Canada Day drumming. So it's really successful. But unfortunately, for the COVID time, we have 2 years get a Zoom drumming. But this is also really good for us as we get the Guinness World Record for the Zoom meeting for the online. So this is really good. We will keep going for doing that. This year we're doing more because really great. It's the COVID's gone and we can get together again and face to face see each other again. So this is really good. Last year Halifax we just reached 10,000 people to get together to drum. This year I think we can get more because we get support for the Nova Scotia government, our Halifax mayor, to really support us for doing the drumming. So this year, I think it was more successful, and not only in Halifax. I think it's all the different provinces will be more successful for this year. So we will keep going that for not stop. So hope is we're getting better and better, and more city to join with us. The Canada is a more new record we can break, and because it's not only for Chinese. Canada Day drumming is for everyone. So diversity. So everybody will enjoy and get together to get drum. So thank you so much for getting us together this year. Thank you so much, Alva, our MC, Richard. Thank you everyone to come over all the province to Vancouver, have a meeting this time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Eric Young from Halifax, Nova Scotia. Wow, how inclusive is that to invite the mayor and the politicians to join with 10,000 people last year, and you're going to exceed that this year, right? Absolutely, thank you. From Central Canada, we're so very honored to have from Montreal, Mr. Jimmy Chan. Jimmy.
Hello, Chairman, National Chair Richard. Albert, the excellent MC for today. I am very honored to be here today with everybody. Drumming is one of the passionate things that I have since I was very young, and I always promoting drumming. It's part of our Chinese important culture. When I first started to be invited to be the very proud to say that Richard for the opportunities to be the president organizing the Drumming Canada celebration in Montreal. A few years back, I organized the huge group Junior Canada Day Parade to drum together with different cultures, different cultural community comes together. Well, I'm taking the opportunities to have everyone to come together after the parade. So that was, I think that they will remember this was 2018. And the 2019 was continuing. We have bigger, 40 years or 41 years ago, I started our very first Chinese community participate Canada Day Parade. And that was an amazing result from that time. We have a small amount of people, and when we get into 2016 and 17, we have more than 600 Chinese participate in Canada Day Parade. Now, my vision is to get all the Chinese, 600 Chinese with all the multicultural together at the Canada Day Parade this year, July 1st. We drum together to celebrate our freedom, celebrate world peace, and celebrate diversity. So this is something that I'm wishing gonna happen. I'm working on it pretty hard the last few months, and this year, it's going to be bigger than last year, the year before, and even a year before that. So I will bring in different cultures coming in to drum together, to celebrate, to connect from one community to the other, to understand, to learn about our culture through drumming. So this is something that everybody is excited about because they've never done that before in Montreal. And this will be the breakthrough challenge in Montreal, and to have the Drumming Canada celebration. So this is something that everybody is hoping that it's going to be like fantastic. Simultaneously, it will be something that everybody will not remember, will not be forgetting, will be remember. That not just only the drumming, why we drumming for? We drumming for unity. We drumming to celebrate we're Canadian, and also to celebrate the life of all the new immigrants, also to thank you, to honor, to respect our ancestors. Because of them, we are drumming today to celebrate our heritage and our roots. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Jimmy Chan from Montreal. That's a great message, not only inclusion, but also unity of the country. And also important that we show that as Chinese Canadians, we are inclusive, we are loyal, and we are patriotic. And no more is that shown on Jimmy's home turf of Montreal, where everything has got to be conducted trilingually, English, Francais, and Chinese. Well, how about that? Thank you very much, Jimmy. Hey, we have a great guest from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Dr. Song Yan Liu, tell us what you're doing.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, George Wang, and for your invitation for this national press conference. I'm Song Yan Liu, the regional chair of the Winnipeg for this national drumming event, and also the executive vice president of the Winnipeg Chinese Senior Association. Winnipeg Chinese Association is a non-profit organization to provide a service to all the community, including Chinese and non-Chinese, to show our support. Our president Yan Jiang, show up here too. Last year, Winnipeg Chinese Senior Association, we call the WCSA, planned to host the Canada Day celebration in Bridgewater Lakes in Winnipeg. It just so happened that, Honorable Philip Lee asked me to integrate this drumming event into our planned celebrations. So the turnout was huge and a significant success. We really surprised that's ever happened in South Winnipeg. As a show on the video, you can see, that's over 7,000 people show up at that, moment, including, one MP, 3 MLAs, and 3 city councilors, and the Premier of Manitoba. 50 multicultural, drummers drum together for this amazing moment, surrounded by 200 people shaking their, rental drums. That's this donated by the National Committee. Thank you, George Wang, for your support. Winnipeg was the Richard Wang. Winnipeg was the second largest city in the Canadian Day drumming event last year, secondary to the Halifax. We are excited to announce that WCISA will once again be organizing both Canada Day celebrations and the Canada Day drumming in Bridgewater. This year, we anticipate an even greater turnout. Many elected officials, including the Premier of Manitoba, the Mayor of Winnipeg, the MP, many ministers and MLAs, and several city councilors will come to join us. We will provide more drums, and we will have more drummers with various cultural backgrounds, including Africa and the Japanese, they have confirmed. Furthermore, we have created a new website for the Canada Day drumming in Bridgewater, and will launch soon. It's called CanadaDayWCISA.ca. We are sure this event will be even more successful this year, and we look forward to celebrating Canada Day drumming with multicultural drummers from many cities across Canada in 2023. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Song Yan Liu from Winnipeg. That sounds such an exciting program. You've got all the levels of politicians invited, federal, provincial, municipal. It's going to be a great, great show, I'm sure. Next, so very pleased to have from local, Kelowna. May I ask Heidi Zhang to tell us what you're doing. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here to meet you all. Yeah. Hello, everyone. I am Heidi Zhang from Kelowna. I'm represented for the OCCA Communication Association. And Dr. Meng is the founder of OCCA. She has been very active in supporting our CDD drumming activities in the past several years. And this year, and we will continue to do as much as we can, just like the previous years. And OCCA planned to arrange drumming activities at the Kelowna Stadium, the Prospero Palace on that day. The Kelowna Stadium is a very, very big place in Kelowna. And Kelowna is a beautiful travel city. And on that day, and we plan to invite a professional drumming team to perform the drumming on the stage. At the same time, we will give some other drummers, like the rattles, to our members or other participants stand on the stage to do the drumming together at the same time. And we will also arrange a technician connect with Kevin and on that day, and so that we can do the live stream, and also invite a photographer to take the live photos and videos, and after that we can send them to Kevin and to our center, Vancouver, and on that day, and that on July 1st, and there will be a whole day celebration at the Prospect Palace. And during the day, a lot of organizations will be there on the stage to do the perform, and a lot of audience will be there to see our drumming that day. So, and we already contacted to book the site manager to arrange this kind of things. And so I think this year there will be more successful because we already joined some years. And I also, for my personally, I also got a record because we did that online. So I believe this year we will be more successfully. And I'm so happy to be here. Thank you, Mr. Wang. Thank you, everyone. So happy to meet you all.
Thank you very much, Heidi. You know, we got the major cities, Halifax, Montreal, Winnipeg, and of course Vancouver, and Rich will tell us what's going to happen in Vancouver later. But we don't forget our big cities in our northern and interior of BC. Kelowna, Kamloops, Prince Rupert, Prince George, they're all invited to join us, and hopefully they will again this year. At this time, how are we going to do this? The Zoom is going to be done through Parade Host, And now that we have Kevin Lee, who is in charge of that, may I ask Kevin just to demonstrate to us how that's going to be done.
Let's demonstrate here. Yeah, so our celebration is called Canada Day Drumming. And it's not Vancouver Day Drumming, it's Canada Day Drumming. So we're able to connect with Canadians across Canada from coast to coast. And it's one of the only celebration of its kind. And it's the dream of Richard Wong here. He says, during COVID, when we were not able to get together, he says, Kevin, how do we do this? I'm like, I don't know, Richard. He's like, well, let's get everybody in the provinces and in the different cities to drum together. Well, how do we do this? So we had to figure out a way, and every time I said, I don't know this is possible, Richard says, yes, it is possible. We can connect everybody, and we're able to now find the technology to connect the different cities and different provinces together to celebrate as one, as Canada Day Drumming from coast to coast. So not only were we only celebrating with thousands of people here in Vancouver, we're now celebrating with tens of thousands, close to 100,000 if we can, across Canada. And how are we going to do that? It's very, very exciting. We are going to be having a virtual online parade format where we will have two hosts, Alfred being one of them, and we will be jumping from different cities and to showcase what every city is having on their plate for the Canada Day celebration, whether it's going to be a lion dancing or First Nations drumming or African drumming. We're able to talk to different VIPs and talk to different drummers across Canada. And this is going to be exciting. It's extremely ambitious, and it's the only celebration of its kind. I'm very, very happy that I'm part of this celebration, and I'm able to put this all together for the entire Canada Day Drumming organization. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kevin. Absolutely, absolutely essential that we have a technical expert to help us. You know, we are the largest simultaneous drumming event, in fact, largest simultaneous event across Canada on Canada Day. And thanks to the facilities of Zoom, electronic communications, and with Kevin and his team's help, we'll achieve another record this year, I'm sure, for attendance across Canada. Now, we also want to tell what's going to happen in Vancouver. May I at this time ask Richard of the Vancouver, not only National Committee, but Regional Committee, tell us what's going to happen for so far as Vancouver's celebration is concerned.
Thank you, Alfred. When we look back 7 years ago, we start with a dream, with the collective effort of Maggie, Alfred, Sandra, Paul, Eddie, and around Canada, with the support of Indigenous community and all the ethnic group. We very fortunate with the support of Prime Minister and the Lieutenant Governors across Canada and the MPs and so on. We are very fortunate. Start with Vancouver, one city, and then first year, expand, develop first year, X city. From Halifax, Atlantic, to Victoria, Vancouver, X city. And throughout this year, from X city, we have been expand to 174 cities, with 148 cities throughout Canada, and then we have 26 cities from 12 other countries from around the world. So we developed this not only a national simultaneous drumming event, but indeed now it's an international event. I would like to thank for everyone here, not only here, but everyone who have participated, not only in person, but at their home, in their car, on the mountain. So we are really, really happy. And we have very fortunate in this few years. We also accomplished 2 Guinness World Records. And also, since the year 1, when we start to commemorate and celebrate Canada 150 Confederation. Ever since that year, our event and all Canadian simultaneous drumming have been named by the province and proclaimed by our Lieutenant Governor of British Columbia every year, the day of Canada Day as our event day. So we really deeply thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this year with our experience, we will want to reach out more. You can drum. If you don't have a drum, just hit the pot and pan or just clap your hand. You know, at 11 a.m. Vancouver time, at your local time, join us, you know, just drum or make noise for 6 minutes. And then to celebrate Canada, being wonderful Canadian. We love our country, Canada. We want more people to know about the spirit of Canada. That's why 20 minutes later at 11:26 a.m., we will drum 3 more minutes simultaneously across Canada and around the world to promote diversity, inclusion, peace, and love for a better world. We want world harmony. We want to share the Canadian spirit to the rest of the world because to show them multiculturalism is really working wonderfully in Canada. So ladies and gentlemen, July 1st this year for Vancouver, we will be gathered in this same place here with several hundred people. And also, this year, with Maggie's idea, and also have been practiced by Edmonton last year, we will not only invite all the existing drummer from previous year, we will invite all the SPO, Service Provider Organization. We will reach out to all the schools, and we will also reach out to all the senior homes throughout and across Canada. We want the senior to have a chance to participate with their children, with their grandchildren, so that everybody in Canada would have a chance to celebrate. They can celebrate at their home or in senior home or anywhere. Okay? So ladies and gentlemen, please continue to support. Let's make this year Canada Day Drumming more successful and more meaningful event. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chairman Richard Wong, for those inspiring words. And with that, I think that's all we have in terms of presentations from the table. I know that a lot of our guests have come a long way to join us for this briefing, and hopefully they will stay us for a workshop afterwards and join us for some celebration. May I at this time ask our Vice Chair, Maggie Yep, to convey her appreciation.
On behalf of the National Committee of Canada Day Drumming, I'm really impressed with all the people who have present at this press conference from Halifax, Montreal, Winnipeg, Toronto, Kelowna, yes. And also many actually have joined us on the Zoom and from Victoria and so on. To organize a national event takes a lot of not just work and also a lot of the local supports. And we are very fortunate to have all these local supports to make this national event as meaningful as we can. On behalf of the National Committee again, we want to make sure that drumming is universal. It is for everybody. And we certainly would like to include everyone regardless of their age, their background, and their nationalities or their culture. And please join us on Canada Day, July the 1st, 11 o'clock a.m. in Vancouver time, but also the other local times. And let's drum together and really celebrate our National Day, Canada Day. Thank you for coming, and have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Maggie Yip, Vice Chair of Canada Day Drumming. Ladies and gentlemen, the members of the media, this concludes the formal portion of our press conference. There'll be opportunities for questions and answers, a media scrum, if you will. But before we leave, yes, of course, we'll have an obligatory photo, absolutely. But before we leave, may I ask our Sifu, Jimmy Chan, 40 years of service in Montreal, and an accomplished drummer himself, to flourish our conclusion. Jimmy, the drums are on your left.
Show how to drum.
Show us how to drum.
Just right there.
I'm very happy to be here today. It's my honor. Thank you, everybody. Welcome to Montreal. Thank you, Mr. Wong, and everybody that Maggie was here. Today, we celebrate our unity. We celebrate our Today we celebrate our unity. Everybody here today from far away, wherever the provinces you come from, we all have the same vision. Like Maggie was saying, that drumming is a universal language for all humanity. So if we can pick up anything that related with the heartbeat is something that we all need to survive. Heartbeat, it leads to our not just only a health of a freedom that we can enjoy the family and our country, Canada. We not just only promoting diversity, and we're not just only promoting our network with everybody from coast to coast in Canada by drumming. So the celebration is about life, celebration about freedom, love, world, peace, and also by drumming, we will understand each other's culture to connect with everyone, to connect with all the cultures together, and the vision by drumming to understand why we're doing it slowly. The racism, discrimination will disappear, and then a better world will come to us. Let's drum together to celebrate. We are all proud Canadian from coast to coast.
6th Annual Canada Day Drumming event.
I want to thank Legacy 150 Celebration Society for organizing this virtual drumming event and for bringing us all together.
Happy Canada Day to all our friends from coast to coast.
May every beat of the drums spread peace and love, and may we continue to work to foster harmony and understanding here at home and around the world.
I want to thank the Legacy 150 for hosting this incredible event that celebrates our country and its diversity.
For 6 years now, this event has brought Canadians together to celebrate our cultural expressions through music and through community.
By drumming together, we form a connection that spans from coast to coast to coast and beyond. So as we move forward, there is much to celebrate and so much to look forward to.
I'm so proud of events like this one that bring together the multitude of cultures that call Halifax home.
3, 2, 1. Happy Canada Day!